Welcome to the Okta release highlights. We will go over new generally available features and early access new features. Generally available features. MFA Activity Report. The new MFA Activity Report provides insight into the MFA trends in your org. It helps you understand which authentication methods were used to access Okta and Okta-protected apps. The report also provides information about the characteristics of authenticators, helping you measure how phishing-resistant your org is. Force Authentication. Orgs now support force authentication for WS-Fed SSO requests. Users must re-authenticate WS-Fed authentication requests that include WFresh0. Improved password reset process for Active Directory sourced users. The password reset process sends password update and verification requests to the same Active Directory agent to avoid replication delay. Seamless ISV experience. Okta now provides a seamless ISV experience to optimize the Okta Integration Network submission experience for SAML and OIDC integrations. This new experience enables independent software vendors to build and manually test their integration metadata before submission. This reduces the time needed for the OIN team to review and validate that the integration functions as intended, which shortens the time to publish in the OIN. This experience also incorporates communication processes in Salesforce, enabling improved collaboration internally within Okta teams and externally with ISVs. Enhanced security of Okta Verify enrollments. The Higher Security Methods option on the Authenticator configuration page ensures that users enroll in Okta Verify in a phishing-resistant manner. With this option, users can't enroll with QR code, email, or SMS link. Depop support for Okta Management API. You can now use OAuth 2.0 demonstrating proof of possession access tokens to access Okta Management APIs. Email or password no longer required in Authenticator enrollment policy. Currently, the Authenticator enrollment policy requires either email or password, even when you've enabled another authenticator for authentication. Now, you can set email or password as optional or disabled in the policy, and instead require stronger authenticators like Okta Verify, Okta FastPass, or FIDO2. With this change, passwordless users who initially signed in with an email now receive the activation email. Okta now supports Google Workspace system roles. System log events for IDP key store operations. New system log events are generated for IDP key store operations. Application entitlement policy. Admins can now override attribute mapping when assigning apps to individuals or groups. Attributes can also be reverted to their default mappings. This feature will be gradually made available to all orgs. Let's wrap up with a look at early access features. Unknown devices detection using fingerprint. Admins can now configure how unknown devices are treated based on the presence of a device fingerprint. Stay signed in. Today, Keep Me Signed In allows the user to select whether their multi-factor authenticators from previous sessions should be remembered. However, the option to select Keep Me Signed In was only available on the sign-in screen. To enable Stay Signed In for integrated authentication flows, admins can now configure their sign-in experience such that the option to stay signed in is provided either before the user signs in to Okta or before and after the user completes multi-factor authentication. If a user selects Stay Signed In, they won't be challenged for MFA the next time they sign in. In addition, users will now be able to sign out of all active Okta sessions from the Okta End User dashboard. Okta Verify user verification with PIN or passcode. The Okta Verify enrollment relies on biometric verification, which presents challenges for users whose devices don't support biometrics. To address this limitation, Okta Verify now supports user verification with PIN or password, in addition to biometrics. This enhancement broadens accessibility, enabling all users to authenticate with Okta Verify and Okta FastPass, regardless of their device capabilities or personal constraints. Thanks for viewing the Okta release highlights. For additional details, please visit the Okta release notes and product notes links, which can be found in the video description.